Good afternoon, everyone. What an exciting day. It's such a pleasure to be here with you. As the Chief Innovation Officer for GE across the region, and that is Middle East, North Africa, and Turkey, I travel quite often, but I have to say that it's when I come here, I'm particularly energized by the creativity, your creativity, the youth out there, and really inspired by the country in terms of what it's doing today and the potential as it paves its way forward to 2023. So really, it is such a great pleasure to be here with you today. So over the next 40 minutes or so, what I'm hoping to talk to you about is the future of work, what it is, the opportunities and the impact, and what it means to this region. So every company was once a startup, and I like to think about GE as one of the world's oldest startups. One of the things that we inherited from Thomas Edison is his relentless sense of creativity and ingenuity. Edison succeeded through this relentless experimentation and lots of failure. His team tested 6,000 filaments before finding the right one. The world needed light. Our mantra is that we look at what the world needs and then we go ahead and build it. It's served us well for 130 years. It's fueled by the shared goal for progress and wanting to find a better way. So no matter how old you are, to thrive, you have to be focused on what's next, and you have to be working close to these innovators and the thinkers. So today we're a high-tech company working in energy, transportation, healthcare, aviation, and we help find solutions to big problems. We like to innovate at scale. So bringing you closer to the days we're in today, further away from Edison, let me show you how we're doing that today. Can we play the video, please?
Thrusters at 30%. I can't get her to work. Losing thrusters. I need more power. Give me more power!
Located, GE Deep Sea Fuel Technology, a 50,000-pound ingeniously wired machine that optimizes raw data to help safely discover and maximize resources in extreme conditions. Our current situation seems rather extreme.
Why can't we maximize... Ready. Brilliant. Let's get out of here. Warp speed.
So I have to say, that's not a typical day at GE, but I like to think sometimes that's what we're up ahead. So future of work is a powerful transformation in industry. It's fundamentally changing the way we design and manufacture products and what these products can do. It's making complex supply chains and distribution networks faster and more resilient. It's empowering us to unleash more broad-based creativity and entrepreneurship. It's redefining the competitive landscape in almost every sector, and that's going to impact global trade. And it's affecting our daily lives through major advances in healthcare and energy and transportation and the way we work. We call this transformation the future of work. We see three disruptive forces that are interconnected, forming this technological revolution. It's the industrial internet, advanced manufacturing, and the global brain, and I'll be talking about each of them in a moment. So we believe that the future of work will open up enormous opportunities globally, and for this region in particular, it's going to increase the productivity and efficiency of organizations. So we're working hard on the promise of industrial and digital revolutions come together, creating this near infinite customization of products, exactly when you need them and in the quantity that you want them. We're combining hardware and software and infusing machines with intelligence so they can become more useful. And we want to be as fast as a startup. We want to be as fast as some of you out there. And also a world-class partner that can offer scale to smaller partners. So let's take a closer look at each of these disruptive innovation forces. Let me start with the first driving force, the industrial internet. So we're seeing a huge transformation driven by the use of software and analytics. It's changing the way and the nature of industrial sectors that we're working in, aviation, transportation, energy, and healthcare, as I said. Think about this. So the consumer internet during the last 10 years has completely changed the way we buy, listen to music, and consume books. So the same effect the internet had on the consumer world is now impacting the industrial businesses and how we operate. This is really about how IT, information technology, is meeting operational technology. We've been in operational technologies for 130 years. We know how to do big machines. What we're doing today is we're incorporating IT into our products and services. This is going to allow us to compete in the industrial internet world. So the businesses that realized 1 billion people becoming connected was going to fundamentally change the way we do business are the world's winners today. And we see exactly the same thing happening in the industrial world. We anticipate that by 2020, 50 billion machines will be connected on the internet. This is big data and big machines come together. So what happens when 50 billion machines come online? What happens when a jet engine can talk to a jet engine and then can talk back to the service technician? Analytics are becoming predictive, machines are becoming intelligent, monitoring and diagnostics is becoming mobilized. All of these innovations and technology advancements are launching a productivity revolution. Sensors are being embedded into almost everything: jet engines, wind turbines, power plants. And this is creating a stream of information that we can track and analyze and predict. So let me talk to you about some of the real-world benefits about what happens when these machines become connected. Nurses can find hospital equipment. Rail engineers can move a locomotive faster. Service teams can predict maintenance needs of a jet engine before an actual incident happens. So imagine this: entire systems, air traffic, rail lines, hospitals will function more efficiently, create better outcomes for customers, not only for customers, but for environment and for people at large. This combination of data and advanced analytics can unlock value in ways we can't even imagine at this point. Trillions of dollars will be saved through these advances in industrial productivity, because it is about efficiencies. At our recent Minds and Machines conference in New York, our chairman said this: "We went to bed as an industrial company, and we woke up today a software company." Let me show you a video to help show you what the industrial internet is.
The next industrial revolution is here. It's big iron plus big data, hardware and software, minds and machines. The most profound convergence of industry and technology that will build opportunities and productivity, intelligence and connectivity that could add about $15 trillion to global GDP by 2030. By creating lots of little efficiencies that create fuel savings, better scheduling, reductions in delays and cancellations, more efficient maintenance. It all adds up. Just a 1% improvement in aircraft engine maintenance efficiency can reduce related costs by $250 million annually. Just a 1% reduction in operating ratio could result in a $600 million a year savings for North American railroads. Just a 1% fuel savings in power generation could add more than $4 billion annually to the global economy. It's now a faster, safer, cleaner, more productive world. And it will be greater than what we've ever done before. The industrial internet is here.
So this is software and analytics. We're also looking at a transformation in how we make things. What happens when you digitize manufacturing and bring together your designers, your suppliers, customers for real-time development and iteration and production? This is the second driving force: advanced manufacturing. We're seeing it in real time at our advanced manufacturing centers in Ohio, pulling in new suppliers, working together with engineers to 3D design and print parts like a fuel nozzle to a jet engine. So at the core of advanced manufacturing idea is this digital thread that ties together design, product engineering, manufacturing, supply chain, distribution, servicing into one cohesive intelligent system, and we like to call that the brilliant factory. So the factory floor as we know it today is going to change, and it's going to be revolutionized. New production techniques like additive manufacturing or 3D printing allows us to create completely new parts and products with new materials. We have more flexibility today to produce prototypes faster and at a lower cost. Engineers can print one part, test it, and based on that test feedback, quickly iterate, adjust the digital design, reprint it, and so on and so forth, all using the same additive manufacturing machine. Can you imagine this accelerates the cycle of production and design and prototyping? Sometimes it, usually it could take months. You could do it now in weeks. The other thing that this is doing is it's democratizing manufacturing. In this region, this can play a critical role in helping entrepreneurs and innovators participate in building an industrial-based economy. And this would support the government's vision for diversification, which would lead to more job creation and more exports. So advanced manufacturing is really lowering the barriers to entry. It's allowing small firms and even individuals to participate in production and manufacturing, to launch products or parts with a relatively limited investment and in the quantities that you need when you need them. The third force is the global brain. At GE, we talk about the rise of the global brain, a buzzing hive of knowledge, connectivity, technology that unites human and machine. Anyone with access to internet today can contribute with limitless ideas. So what's happening is we're gaining an unprecedented access to the brightest minds in the world. They're connected to each other and at incredible exponential speed, and we must learn how to harness that. So I believe that when we're focused on outcomes, employees will be rewarded according to their abilities, no matter where they are. So imagine this, the global brain is really the collective intelligence of human beings across the globe, integrated by digital communication networks. It will only grow bigger and more powerful. The global brain really is the human version of the computing, the high-performance computing machine. So in the past few years, we've doubled down on open innovation challenges to reach these communities. And I'll be sharing a couple of examples shortly. Open source platforms and crowdsourcing are two of the most effective ways to unleash creativity and entrepreneurship. This trend will redefine the relationship between employers and employees. Employers will gain access to a much larger pool of talent, and workers will gain greater entrepreneurial control over their skills and their abilities. So basically, the future of work, it's about speed, it's about collaboration. It accelerates innovation, and it drives change. It's going to redefine economies of scale. It's going to enable microfactories and entrepreneurial activities. It's going to reshape supply chains and distribution networks. The innovation wave of the future of work is powerful. And this region, we really believe that this region is ready for this kind of creative disruption. And I think more so in Turkey than anywhere as I look across the region. It can improve the living standards and opportunities for all segments of the population. And the potential benefits that we can reap are just huge. The future of work can make growth more sustainable and more equitable. Some things will have to change, though, before we can truly realize the full potential. The education system will have to evolve to ensure that students are equipped with the right skills to meet this fast-changing economy. So continuous education and retraining will be necessary. A larger share of the workforce will shift towards activities that leverage greater creativity. So creativity in this context, we mean identifying new solutions, ability to further boost skill sets and individuality and this creativity. So as tasks the tasks will get reallocated between humans and machines. There'll be jobs that get displaced and skills that become obsolete. This will imply a real human, social, and economic transition, which must be addressed. So education systems and companies together must work together to keep the supply of skills closely aligned with that shifting demand that's happening in the market right now. Let me give you an example. New jobs emerging. So for example, mechanical digital engineers who understand both the physical machine and its data will be in very high demand. Also managers who understand their industries and the associated analytics and recognize and know how to take advantage of that, how to translate the stream of information into actions, into outcomes that enhance productivity and efficiency of the organizations that we're working on. Let me show you a film of kind of how future of work is evolving and what it looks like.
İş yapış biçimimiz radikal bir şekilde değişiyor. Yeni fikirler, yeni akımlar ortaya çıkıyor ve bir araya geliyor. Yeni bir sanayi devrimi doğuyor. İnsanların ve yeni buluşların önderlik ettiği bir devrim. Yeni nesil çalışanlar çok daha girişimci, çok daha yaratıcı. Birlikte çalışan tasarım ekipleri gibi fikirleri hayata geçiriyorlar. Gelişmiş teknolojilerle çok hızlı bir şekilde prototipler yaratıp daha basit ve ihtiyaca göre tasarımlar yapıyorlar. Bir zamanlar fabrikalar sadece bir ya da birkaç şey üretebiliyordu. Bugünse hayal eden insanlar oldukça her şey üretilebiliyor. Düşünün, eğer bir fabrika kendini bile inşa edebiliyorsa yapamayacağı ne olabilir ki? İşte bu endüstrinin geleceği.
I feel the same way. If you're a student out there or if you're an entrepreneur, I wish I was doing it all over again and graduating to be part of this that's happening. It's so exciting. So we're hoping that technologies like 3D printing can help accelerate, bring more entrepreneurs and more individuals and more smaller companies into the ecosystem. It will dramatically expand the power and economic value in areas where we excel, like creativity and entrepreneurship. And this is really going to accelerate diversification and job creation, which is good for the country. And it's completely aligned, actually, when we look at Turkey with its 2023 vision. So what we're really hoping is that Future of Work can help address one of the toughest challenges in this region. It's creating jobs for a young and growing population. There is a concern that innovation could lead to higher unemployment and greater income inequality. So every year, for the last 4 years, we've been running a study, a survey called the GE Innovation Barometer. And it measures the perception of business leaders in a number of countries. We do it across the whole of the Banat region, and it measures their perception around how innovation is evolving and developing. And so that fear that I talked about, that innovation could lead to higher unemployment, is quite pronounced in Banat. But it's not surprising. That is because today there is a high level of unemployment, generally speaking, and particularly among the youth. But there's also an acknowledgement in the research study that we must do something together. And when we look at the measurement around collaboration and partnerships, that is year on year rising. And it's collaboration of private and public sector. It's collaboration between companies like us and smaller companies and entrepreneurs and organizations across the board. So we really do believe that the future of work innovations will help build the capability and productivity of workers at all levels of the skills distribution. Going back to what I said, it gives us the opportunity to be more sustainable and more equitable. Greater productivity means better incomes, higher incomes. And they can also give us new and more flexible ways of participating in the workforce, like crowdsourcing, for example. So let's look at some kind of three things that the future of work can drive to help us build that future. So one is, there must be a greater emphasis on science, engineering, technology, and mathematics. What we're saying is we think that in the early years, the education systems must equate scientific literacy with reading and writing literacy. Second, a closer dialogue and coordination between schools and industry. We want to bridge that gap between what's happening on the supply side and on the demand side. And the growth of manufacturing in this region is going to ask us more to be looking at how do we close this gap. And we can only do that by coordinating and working closely with the various institutions to make sure that schools and students get a better sense of those job opportunities. And it will give us also our opportunity to help shape education and attract the right talent. The third piece of this is we've just got to all be a lot more flexible and focus on problem solving. So the rapid race of innovation, industrial internet, advanced manufacturing, it's going to change the workplace. That's a fact. It's going to change the workflows. The hard piece here, the reality is that it's very difficult to anticipate right now how much that change in terms of speed is going to happen, and what is that going to actually look like? What is it going to mean to all the new job opportunities that are going to be in the market? So we must all be a lot more flexible. We must adapt and evolve as the workplace does. Problem-solving abilities and creativity will be the premium. As I mentioned earlier, collaboration is replacing go-it-alone strategies at companies. So no more around the world are we trying to solve a problem in a lab far and remote away from where the problem is and where the need is. So today, GE and many other organizations and individuals are realizing the value of partnerships to foster localized innovation, diversify, and expanding growth. And this really was the founding principle upon which we built the innovation centers in this region. We work with partners and customers to push us into that new space where I almost want to say that it's about curating innovation together. So we started our journey here in Turkey more than 60 years ago, and we've been growing through strong partnerships and investing in technology, local capability, and solving tough challenges, reliable electricity, healthcare, transportation. We're over 800 employees across 4 cities in the country. The one I want to talk to you today about is our GE Turkey Innovation Center, which is going to be opening in the summer of 2015. This is very exciting for us. So the facility is going to be located in the Technopark Istanbul. And really what we're going to do is we're going to act as an industrial incubation center, innovation center, industrial incubation center. Working collaboratively with customers, bringing in entrepreneurs and academicians and students to find answers and solutions to industry challenges. So the center will be this interactive space, and I'm giving you here a preview, some shots of it. It's going to be this interactive space where we can really foster different ideas. People are encouraged and nurtured to really connect with the wider innovation ecosystem. So in this facility, there will be an advanced manufacturing lab. We'll take an in-depth look at the industrial internet and what that means, what it looks like. And also, we're going to have a life sciences lab, looking at drug discovery, looking at bioprocessing research. We're going to do training, and we're going to work very closely with universities. Our goal is to support Turkey's 2023 vision by building this robust ecosystem that creates economic value and employment. We will focus on action and outcomes. We're very, very outcome-focused as a company. We're going to do it in this engaging and open environment, inviting people in. because we know you can't solve alone, and collaboration and partnerships are the way to go. In fact, this link that you see there, we're inviting everybody to contribute with ideas as to what we should be working on, what should we be trying to solve. So you can take your shot at it, and we might invite you in to help us solve the challenge that you've outlined. I talked earlier about the global brain. I'm proud that also in Turkey, we ran an open innovation challenge. It started last year and we awarded the winners this year. It was in the space of how do we get better energy efficiencies in industrial plants, and how do we get better access in remote healthcare. We had over 1,000 submissions from 89 different universities. That's truly impressive. It blew my mind, and we were so excited at the potential that this country has from a talent point of view. So recently, you might have heard that we hosted a Future of Work event here in Istanbul. At that event, we launched GE Garages. It's a global program which we're very proud to bring to Turkey. GE Garages is about awakening that passion and love for making stuff, for designing and prototyping. So there's a host of machines in the GE Garages experience that allows you to 3D design, allows you to prototype, allows you to produce and then iterate and start all over again. So what I was talking about advanced manufacturing, GE Garages gives it to you right here. And we're particularly proud because after the event, we took the GE Garages experience and we're putting it at Istanbul Technical University. It's going to be there for the next 5 months. And we're very excited about seminars and workshops that we're going to be hosting there to help encourage and really foster that spirit and love of making. I also wanted to talk a little bit about a couple of other innovation centers in the region. So we have one in the United Arab Emirates in Abu Dhabi, located in Masdar City. And we have another one in Saudi Arabia in the Eastern Province, located at the Dhahran Techno Valley. You could see the trend clearly across the region. Countries are embracing innovation and are pushing hard for companies and other organizations to come on board and be part of that ecosystem. We're very proud. Saudi's been up and running now for 18 months and Ecomagination Innovation Center for almost a year. So in total, I could say that over 1,000 people, entrepreneurs, students, customers have walked through these centers. Thinking aloud with it, the centers, we have built the centers not to be a showcase of what GE is. It is an opportunity for us to come together and talk about trends, mega trends, issues that the industry is facing, issues that countries are facing. These are the kind of discussions that we like to have at the innovation centers, and they are built accordingly. The customer journey experience is built to help us have these conducive discussions about how we can collaborate and put our heads together. It's not about us. It's not about GE alone. So I talked earlier about the greater value that can be gained by tapping the global brain, and I wanted to share with you a couple of examples. So this one that you're looking at is one that we did not alone. We did with a customer, Saudi Aramco. It was a global challenge solving for a kingdom's needs. What we wanted is, can we help accelerate the search for, the find for renewable energy solutions for seawater desalination? It's really interesting because we haven't announced the winners yet. That's going to happen in January, but we know for a fact that it's attracted over 100 different submissions from 37 different countries. So that's very exciting. You don't have to solve within your own borders anymore. These ideas came from entrepreneurs, they came from students, they came from researchers. So this is a very exciting time when we think about the possibilities around open innovation. Not only that, what we said is that with the winners, we could look at further commercialization, investment into their ideas. We don't expect entirely that these crowdsourced solutions replace, of course, our own in-house engineers. But they open, what we realize and what we acknowledge is that they open new avenues of exploration for products, and they improve our designs tremendously. So the new model is about collaboration and partnership. So gone are the hierarchical, structures of control and command. In is the horizontal, the network, the shared. Collective outcomes are the goal. Collaboration and teamwork are the currency. Another one that we did was in Algeria, called IDEA. So Algeria is growing its manufacturing and industrial sector, and as a partner to key customers in the energy sector in the country, we wanted to explore how localization and innovation can support this effort. So we launched this concept of IDEA. It's a multi-year innovation program to help build a robust supply chain. When you're putting in manufacturing, when you're doing all this investment in manufacturing, what you're really ultimately going to need sooner or later is a very robust supply chain. And so in our vision to support our partner with this production facility that we're building jointly together, we decided to say, let's start looking for our suppliers, for our entrepreneurs, for our innovators who are going to be supplying parts and components to this production facility today. Why wait until 2016? When the plant's up and running, let's start that process today. And so we launched this innovation challenge, knowing what the part is, but trying to draw out the best minds across the country to help solve for that. In Algeria, we also did launch GE Garages. And it's interesting to see the experiences in different countries. So they also had the chance there to get their hands really kind of dirty with the CNC mills, with the laser cutters, with the injection molders. We had over like 1,000 students between the cities of Algiers and Oran look at and experience these technologies. I think what's fascinating as I stand and look at it from a regional perspective, there's so much opportunity, so much talent. And we really, with GE, we're so excited at the possibilities that with GE Garages and open innovation and advanced manufacturing that can help draw out, the best talent forward to really be part of this exciting manufacturing, big manufacturing investments that countries are doing across the region. And also, as they move from more, particularly for the oil countries, as they move from being more oil-based to more industrial-based, more knowledge-based, it's just going to completely change the makeup of how we do things. So, in wrapping, the future of work is being shaped by a profound transformation. It's driven by the meshing of digital and physical worlds. We saw that with the industrial internet. It's the emergence of new designs and production techniques, as we saw with advanced manufacturing. It's a huge shift in the role that people play in ideation and the production process, and we saw that with the global brain. So some of this is happening already, obviously, but now what's going to happen is going to gain speed and scale in a way that will rapidly change industry as we know it. This transformation will take time to unleash its full potential. It's going to require us to invest in new technologies and adopt new managerial practices in companies. But it's definitely, undoubtedly, going to reboot the productivity and efficiencies of not only companies, but countries. It will most certainly reshuffle the landscape for both companies and countries, and it will fundamentally change for the better the way we work and the way we live. So there's never been a greater premium on speed and innovation than there is today. Regardless of our historical accomplishments, the road to success is littered with the remains of formerly great companies that lost their way or were just not fast enough. So in the future, success and sustainability will come to those that go everywhere for the best ideas, experiment, design, develop, almost all at the same time, with passion and curiosity, and waking up every day thinking there must be a better way. So with that, I want to leave you with the last film and say also, doing it with no fear.
Ideas are scary. They come into this world ugly and messy. Ideas are frightening because they threaten what is known. They are the natural-born enemy of the way things are. Yes, ideas are scary and messy and fragile. But under the proper care, they become something beautiful.
One day, machines will be sprayed to be made. And making something stronger.
Such a pleasure to be here with you, and thank you so much for the opportunity. What a fantastic event. Thank you so much. Thank you.